right, welcome back to the Golden Nugget Sportsbook in downtown Vegas. I'm with Kelly Stewart and the Golden Nugget book director, Tony Miller, the Thin Man. How's it going, Tony?
Very good, man. How are you?
All right. Kelly, nice girl from Kansas.
I knew you were going to throw that in here. I've been ready for the bowl season. It's been a boring last week and a half of my life. I just feel like there's not a whole lot going on.
You have no life outside of handicap
football? Outside of football, I feel really lost.
Tony, you ready for the bowl season to get rolling? Have you seen a lot of action on these games so far?
This Saturday with 5 games this Saturday and with the Houston Cougars in town, I've seen a lot of action on the Las Vegas game,
All right, let's get started. We've got 5 plays from each capper at the table, and the 5th will be a best bet. Kelly Stewart, first 5, Arkansas State +6, Idaho +13.5, West Virginia +3, Wake Forest +12. We're going to butt heads with Tony on this one. Tony's 5 plays, West Virginia +3, Florida State +7, Oklahoma -3, USC -7. Mine will be Memphis +5, Idaho +13.5, Oklahoma State +3, Florida -2. Kelly, let's talk about your first play, Arkansas State. This game is in the Cure Bowl in Orlando, Florida. You're taking the points against Central Florida.
You know, I don't know a lot about Sun Belt teams. They're not a big conference I follow, so I had to make a couple phone calls here to double check this Arkansas State team. Turns out I know a couple coaches. Anyway, small world. I like what Scott Frost is doing at UCF. I know this is going to be similar to a home game for the Golden Knights, but I don't care. This line is 3 points too high. We've seen this UCF team struggle in teams with winning records. They've lost their past 10 games against teams with winning records. They're now supposed to be a 6-point favorite. Like I said, I made the game 3. I think there's value with the Red Wolves. I'm not sure they're going to win this game, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than a touchdown.
All right, Kelly's got inside information from coaches she's bringing to her top bowl plays here to the video.
Well, coaches don't know how to handicap games. We talk about this all the time, but it's always nice to know somebody and, you know, maybe get a little extra insight.
All right, Idaho +13.5.
This line, I think, looks a little inflated because what we saw the Rams do to San Diego State in their last game, it looks about 3 points too high as well. Idaho is 16-8-8 in their last 24 as a dog. As everybody knows, they're dropping down to FCS after this year. This is going to be their last bowl game. I think they're going to be really fired up for this game, and they're only just a short distance away from home. I mean, I think it was like, I was looking at it, does Colorado State really want to go?
This is the Idaho Potato Bowl in Boise, so you think the location would favor the Vandals. All right, West Virginia +3 against Miami.
Well, I'm going to go with Tony on this one, which now I don't like it as much. But I think the Mountaineers, in terms of having a successful season, had their first successful season in the Big 12. They won 10 games. They won some games they probably shouldn't have won. And that's great and all. I'm not playing this West Virginia team. I'm playing against Miami as a 3-point favorite here. This Miami team has been Jekyll and Hyde all season. I've seen moments of greatness from them, but unless Brad Kaya knocks one out of the park, has a great game, these guys aren't going to win this game. They're 1-5 against the spread when they're facing Big 12 schools, and they've lost their last 6 bowl games. I know this is Mark Richt's first year, but I don't care. I don't think this Miami team deserves to be a 3-point favorite here.
All right, Wake Forest +12. You're going against Tony, who likes Temple. Why do you like Wake?
So you guys have seen our videos. I've given out Wake at least 4 times this year. I like this Wake Forest team. They're great as an underdog. They've covered all but the NC State game as an underdog this year. They have this slow down tempo that makes me not want to watch the games. I just usually flip to in the 4th quarter and make sure they get the cover. But what that slow down defense does and that slow pace of play is takes teams like Temple and their high-powered offense out of their game plan. Not to mention, the Owls, and everybody's heard about their ATS success. They've covered 12 games in a row. So it's kind of about that public perception here of they're going to cover this game. I don't know. Matt Rule's gone. He's going to Baylor. I like my chances here. Plus, the line moved in my favor from 13.5 down to 12. So somebody with a lot of money agrees with me.
All right, Tony. Michael, our producer, says Kelly's taking up most of the allotted time, so we get 5 seconds per game.
Let's set it straight on some of these games. Come on.
All right, let's start with West Virginia +3. What do you got?
You know, the Mountaineers going to win this game straight up, number 1. Coach Holgson just signed a new deal. When he wins this game, the team's going to finish in the top 10. I believe they're 9th in the nation, averaging 506 yards per game. Offense is going to roll in this game. They're going to pass. They're going to run. They win the game straight up. They don't need the points.
All right, Florida State +7. -7 against Michigan.
You know, Dalvin Cook's going to run. Michigan's coming in this game. They're snubbed, the Final Four snub. Their quarterback's beat up. They're going to play basically a home game for Florida State. Florida State, I love in this game. Francois is going to pass. They're going to run. Trust me, they win the game too easily.
All right, year after year, you seem to land on Oklahoma Sooners in a bowl game, and you do it again here against Auburn. You're going to lay 3.
You know, the SEC #1, besides Alabama, is going to have a very, very bad bowl season. It's going to keep running here. I love the Sooners in bowl games. I love them in this spot. Stoops is going to have the team ready for sure. Hey, Westbrook, wide receiver. You watch him hit catch passes all day from Baker. Sooners going to roll.
All right, I like this play you're on here too, but I laid 6.5 on this game, and figure it's going to be a public play. USC -7 over Penn State in the Rose Bowl.
You know, Penn State now is traveling out west to play USC in California. USC has been. They lost 3 out of their first 4, and they haven't lost since. They've been rolling. They're going to keep rolling. It's a team you just don't want to play right now this time of year in the bowl season. They're right on all cylinders. Penn State, not going to happen.
All right, first play for me is going to be Memphis +5 against Western Kentucky, which lost its coach to Purdue. Jeff Brohm's gone. Western Kentucky averaged 45.1 points a game. This could be a high-scoring game. Memphis was a strong finishing team, beat Houston in its regular season finale. I like the idea of the Tigers catching points against a team without its coach. Idaho +13, like Kelly said. The Vandals rolled into Vegas and beat UNLV on September 24th. Lost their next game, then went 6-1 straight up with 7 straight covers to finish the season. I don't think Colorado State, which finished strong, is going to be highly motivated for this game. I like the location advantage for Idaho State. We get double digits. Washington State was going to be a play for me, but it looks like this game's going to be off the board in a lot of Vegas spots. So I'm going to put in Oklahoma State here, +3 in the Alamo Bowl against Colorado. The Buffaloes faded badly down the stretch, really got beat up in the Pac-12 title game, and got really poor quarterback play in that game. Mason Rudolph, 25 TDs, 4 picks for the Cowboys, who I think will show up in San Antonio to win that game as a 3-point dog. And I'll go with Florida -2 over Iowa. I don't think the Hawkeyes are very good offensively. That's not a news flash, but the Big Ten in general, I think, is being a little bit overrated by the media and the odds makers at this point. This is going to be an ugly game. Florida and Iowa, both poor offensive teams. And I think Florida's defense is a little bit better. And this game's in Tampa, and the Gators really played poorly in their last 2 games. I think they'll show up to play in this one and cover the number. Kelly, your best bet's going to be Michigan -7. Jim Harbaugh says he's going to stay in Ann Arbor. And is that a factor for you when you handicap this? This team's going to show up to play for him?
You know, I think that his team is going to show up to play for him. I do agree with you in your last comment about saying the Big Ten has been a little bit overhyped here. And that's why when I first saw this line, I'm like, this seems a little bit high. But I don't think it is. I think Michigan is going to beat the bricks off Florida State. Dalvin Cook, your buddy, is going to face the best run defense he's seen all season in this Michigan Wolverines team. Jimbo Fisher has not covered 3 straight bowl games. It's going to be 4 here in a couple weeks.
All right, Kelly Stewart's best bet, Michigan -7. Going opposite Tony. Your best bet's Temple -12. You're going opposite Kelly on this play.
Let me put Kelly in her spot here. I don't care how slow Wake Forest is. I don't care how boring they are to watch. They don't have the guns to match up with Temple in this spot. Come on, I mean, Phillip Walker, look how much he's been passing the ball. They got a 1,000-yard rush on the team. They can pass, they can run. When I watched them take apart Navy in the AAC championship game, I said to myself, watch this team in the bowl game. They've been on a big, big streak. And trust me, they're a very, very good team. They did lose their head coach to Baylor, but Coach Foley has been with that team since 2008. He's the interim coach right now, and he still keep running the offense. Kelly is dead wrong on this game.
All right, we'll go back. My best bet, I had a tough time deciding on it, but I decided to go with Louisville +3 against LSU. I think we got a huge advantage at the quarterback position, a significant advantage at the head coach, and that was my deciding factor here. I know LSU's got a big defensive advantage, and Leonard Fournette's going to be back for his last game, but Lamar Jackson to me is going to be the difference in this game. A guy who accounted for 51 total touchdowns this season. I'm not sure LSU had half of that the entire year. Ed Orgeron's first game as coach, full-time coach for the Tigers. There's going to be a loss to Louisville in the Citrus Bowl. Tony,
Matt?
Happy holidays. No video next week.
Oh, no.
You have big plans for Christmas?
Presents.
Kelly, good luck.
What'd you buy me?
Kelly, good luck in the bowl season.
Thank you. I need a good stretch run and a bunch of dogs to hit. That's what I want for Christmas, Matt.
All right, for Andy Iskoe, Tony Miller, Kelly Stewart, That's the Sports Betting Spotlight College Bowl special from the Golden Nugget in downtown Vegas.